Now, why? Why is this happening? Well, if you listen to YouTube and certain channels on YouTube, I watched 4 videos in a row just now because, I care about the Battlefield 5 franchise. And it sucks to watch this video because they're celebrating. They are celebrating the destruction and the lower sales of the Battlefield 5 franchise due to those goddamn liberals and those social warriors putting women in Battlefield. The reason why, to them, that Battlefield 5 is having lower pre-orders is because there are women on the box, there are women featured prominently in the trailers, and there are women in multiplayer.
You have allowed this Dark Lord to twist your mind until now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Is it because of, the social justice warrior agenda? They're trying to put women in our games and they're trying to make us feel for females and have better representation in games? How dare they? This should be historically accurate, no women. Is that really the reason? No, I think, that maybe people will. There are people out there that's like, I'm not going to give you $60 of my money until you take those women out. Until you do it more historically accurate in your fictional stories. In the trailers, there's been women, and in one of the war stories is going to feature a fictional story of a female resistance fighter. I will not pay you $60 till all that's out. In Battlefield 6, I better see no women. Then I'll give you my money.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
You done f***ed it up again.
You done fucked it up! Hello? It's been a while, hasn't it? When was the last time we spoke? Ah, yes. It was around Christmas, wasn't it? Yes. It's been a while. Have you missed me? I bet not. I bet you want me to be honest or any other focus. You don't want the creator, do ya? You want the characters, aye? You want Mr. Weeaboo, you want honest, you want liberal. You want them all, don't you? But you don't want me, eh? Why am I talking like a Brit? Yes, it's me, the creator of Hey I'm Mister. Do you like my show? Do you like my characters? Tell me in the comment what you think of the show. Tell me what you like about the characters. Hello. So, today we're going to be talking about a controversial topic. It involves Battlefield 5, the new first-person shooter that is coming, next month? I think so. Or in October, I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter. I'm also going to be talking about Angry Joe, of the Angry Joe Show. I've been a fan of his for a long time. One of my favorite YouTubers back in the day was Angry Joe. I could watch his reviews again and again and again, and I could never get tired of them. They were always just hilarious and just fun to watch. But in recent time, things have really changed. He started doing movie reviews more often and reactions, and he started going to these cons to meet developers, and he clearly took up a lot of time, and he didn't have the time to make the reviews as much. So nowadays he just makes 10 to 5 reviews a year. It's really small, and they're really, you just see that the comedy, the writing just isn't as it used to be, and I honestly just lost interest in his show. I do watch his videos from time to time when there is an interesting one. I do, but you know, not as much. And then he released his whole statement on Battlefield. Let's get into a little bit of the history here. EA and DICE, a Swedish developer and a major American publisher, announced their next Battlefield game. And the last one was Battlefield 1 and people loved it. Battlefield 1 was set in World War I and it was highly praised. The setting was really accurate and the stories were really good. I'm not a fan of first-person shooters. I'm not a fan of Battlefield or Call of Duty. I do enjoy some first-person shooter games like BioShock and Fallout, for example, even though you can play it as first and third. So yeah, but I'm not a huge fan of it. But my brother really demanded that we would get it, and we got it. It was okay. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a good game. In terms of, you know, representation and, you know, World War I, it was a really high quality game. But then my brother came to me with the announcement trailer for Battlefield 5, which is set in World War II. And this was generally my face after watching that trailer. What the fuck is this? Now, I'm not a fucking sexist, okay? I have complete respect for women. I think men and women are equal. Do women lack some quality that men have? Yes. Do men lack some quality women have? Yes. We all have our ups and downs. Men are good at something, women are good at something. Women are bad at something men do, and men are bad at something women do. It all equals, alright? We have our strength and we have our weaknesses, but together we are strong. Okay? That's how I see it. That's how I generally see it. A woman could not survive without a man, and a man can't survive with a woman. Together we are strong. That's how I see it.
Warning: evacuate area immediately. Triggered social justice warriors and liberals approaching area. I repeat, evacuate area. Triggered social justice warriors and liberals entering area. And I don't mean that as in I hate homosexuals or lesbian or anything. I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying, just in this world, you need both a man and a woman. You need the idea of that. If you had a society only run by men, you would have a barbaric society. A society that only uses violence and masculinity, and that would be bad. But if you had a society only run by women, it would be too soft. So if it got under attack by some other tribes or something, it would instantly fall apart because they just think, hey, we just need to be peaceful. And, you know, peace doesn't always work. But together, strong. To prove to you that I'm not a sexist, I'm going to ask one of my female friends if she thinks I'm sexist. Well, I guess she did think I was sexist. Battlefield 5 trailer was bad for many reasons. Here is one, the women part. I do not hate the fact women are in this game, but it ruins the whole point of the game. It's a World War II game, and the Battlefield games have always been built on realism and representing the time period. So having women there, and especially, top it off, that woman character, she gets shot right in the stomach, and then just 2 minutes later, she just jumps out of the house, lands on the ground, and starts running. She even outruns a fucking tank. Like, didn't you just get shot? How the fuck did you jump out of the house and then just start sprinting? Don't you have a hole in your stomach? To top it up, she has like a robot arm. Yeah, she doesn't have a... She's missing an arm, so he has like a prosthetic arm, but it's really like robotic. Like, what the fuck is that even? Did they even have that at that time? When a soldier got wounded in World War II, they were sent home because then they were useless. They couldn't fight anymore. In fact, getting shot or wounded and surviving it was probably the best thing to happen to a soldier, because then they got to go home. They did not get robot arms and just go back into fighting. So my problem with this is not that there's a woman there, just a one woman. It's the fact that she's portrayed as this super soldier. Like, what the fuck? Here's a little fact. There were no women in World War II. There were no women on the front lines. They were women who helped as medics and nurses inside the camps tending to the wounded soldiers. That's true. And there were some female soldiers in Russia as snipers, but they were never, ever on the front lines. Yes, the past is really sexist. We know. But things have changed. Just because that time period was sexist doesn't mean we should just fucking forget it like DICE wants to do. They clearly just want to ignore that history and portray women as these super soldiers who fought in World War II, which they didn't. It honestly is disrespect to the soldiers who actually fought in World War II. A lot of war movies, for example, portray war as this epic journey, especially Michael Bay films. But it's not. War is absolute horror and hell, and nothing else embodies it as Saving Private Ryan. The opening to the movie is one of the most brutal war scenes I've ever seen, and it perfectly represents how it was to fight there. It was hell. So many brave men died for the country there, and now these fucking liberals are completely disrespecting these soldiers who fought for their country, fought for their families, and died. They're just completely removing them like they didn't exist, and then putting women, robot women's there, and just fucking bullshit. Lying. It's fucking disgusting. Some other problems I had with the trailer was just how over the top it was. It didn't feel like Battlefield. It felt like Call of Duty. It was just explosions and planes falling from the sky. It was really ridiculous, and I didn't like that part as well. But I just don't like Battlefield. I don't like first-person shooter, and this trailer did not get me. I did play the Battlefield 1 because of the whole setting, and I was a little bit interested in this one because of the World War II setting, but after seeing that trailer, I was just like, no, I have no interest in that. Not only does it not look appealing, not only does it look ridiculous, and it just completely shits over history with this super robot woman here who can just get shot and then just start running like nothing happened, which is bullshit. I was just not gonna buy it, okay? But what really pissed me off about this game was the fucking response we got from EA and DICE. Fans were not happy. The trailer got disliked to hell, and people said, you promised us a World War II game, and now you're just giving us lies. And they go out and say, this is an alternate version of World War II. Okay, if I wanted to play an alternate version of World War II, I would play Wolfenstein. And it's not an alternate version of World War II. This game is exactly like World War II, except for one fucking thing. There's robot superwomen. You can't just do that. You can't just create perfect copy of World War II, then put super robot women and say, oh, it's an alternate version of World War II. You're just saying that so you don't have to take responsibility for shitting over history. And when fans responded, said they didn't like this shit, what did they do? They went the SJW round, like Star Wars. They just attacked fans. The chief designer, what was his name? Patrick or something? I don't remember, but what a fucking cock. He just told people that they were stupid and uneducated. This man shit over history and made fans angry, and when fans gave their honest-to-God criticism on the game, he just said, you're stupid, you're uneducated, I'm better than you, if you do not agree with me, then don't buy my game. And people said, okay, Digwad, I ain't buying your game. It's been reported that the pre-orders for the game is really low. Like, wow. I was actually happy when I saw this, because it was finally just telling these retards to shut the fuck up. I hate it. These companies, especially my favorite video game company of all time, Naughty Dog. I fucking love their games, but they are turning into SJWs. They are turning The Last of Us into some fucking like feminist power fantasy. They completely ignored the main character Joel, and they're casting like non-binary, white-hating actors to play characters. You can clearly see their agenda with the whole lesbian thing and really rubbing it in your face that Ellie is a lesbian. Yes, she's a lesbian. We know. You do not have to rub it in our face. Nor do we care. We just want to play a good game with good characters, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get that. All these companies are so freaking busy with virtue signaling and trying to look like they're PC liberals. Here's the fucking thing. These mainstream medias, you know, all these fucking Polygon and New York Times and CNN and all these fucking mainstream medias who are like praising you, going, oh, wow, this company is embracing diversity and gender equality. These people do not buy your game. These people do not play video games. They just want to control everything. They're control freaks. They don't like what video games are offering, so they want to change it by criticizing you for it. And you're taking their bait. But because you are trying to appeal them and not us, the people who buy your games, you are making us not want to buy your games. Meaning, your game is gonna fail. That's why the hashtag now is going, get woke, go broke. Or was it, go woke, get broke? I don't remember, but it's a perfect hashtag. It represents perfectly what these fucking companies and celebrities are doing. They think by going, oh, I'm so woke, I'm so PC, that their reputation is gonna get better. No, it's not. People are gonna lose all respect for you. And that's where Angry Joe comes in. He made a video basically saying, critiquing people. He did make some good points that I agree with, but I do not like with some of his points. He was just saying that people who don't like the game are woman haters, are conservatives, are Trump supporters. Like, why are you bringing politics into this? That really bothered me. And to top it off, it completely backfired on him.
Angry Joe.
I have the high ground.
You underestimate my power.
Don't try it.
You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy them,
Corporate companies.
not join them. Bring balance to the,
Gaming community.
not leave it in darkness. You were my.
One of my favorites.
I loved you.
It really burned him. The dislike, and he's apparently losing subscribers from what I hear. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that. I'm just hearing rumors about that. He did make another video where he kind of explained himself, and it was a little bit better. He explained his action, and he clearly regretted calling people conservative and stuff. And he did not. I don't think he actually meant it. He was just saying it in the heat of the moment. But his video has really stirred up a controversy on YouTube. And I do agree with some of his points. For example, when he made the point that the pre-orders aren't maybe just because of this whole controversy around the game, it could also be because it's coming out between Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a game I can't wait to play. and Call of Duty, but I don't think so because Call of Duty is just shit. I do think he's right about that. There is definitely some of the reason why the game isn't selling well is because it's coming out in such a crammed month. But he was just kind of trying to ignore the whole fact that this game has gigantic controversy and people are not hating on this game because of women. It's a bit of a part of it. I do not mind a fucking woman in the game, but it bothers me that they're like making her like this super soldier, like she's just unstoppable, and they're just kind of making her the whole fucking focus of the game. Isn't the game supposed to be kind of episodic, kind of like the first game where you play like different stories set in different places in the war? But she's just the main focus. She's like the poster child of this whole game, and because she's a woman and shit. Like, I don't mind it, but when people are making like good points, like saying this is a World War II game, it makes no sense. There's a woman there, especially not a fucking super robot woman, and they just call you stupid and uneducated. That's what pisses me off with the game, is the fact they insult us. They call us stupid for having an opinion, and then they're surprised that people aren't buying their game when they say, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Then we're not gonna buy it. That's my whole take on this whole thing. And I don't think you should buy this game. I think you should fucking just stick it. I think EA and DICE should just stick it up their ass. They asked for this. This is their fault. They told us not to buy it, and that's what we're gonna do. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video where I'm doing the whole thing. The reason I'm not doing any of the characters is because it's more of a thing I wanted to talk about personally. It's more of a personal topic. Because I actually really like Joe's shows. I did back in the day. It's really gone dry on me. But this whole controversy really interests me, and I just wanted to give my opinion on it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.